Hi everyone, this is Shalli Kumar again from OSCE Nurse Training Cambridge. I'm an experienced OSCE Nurse trainer for the NMC OSCE exam in UK and also the lead trainer for OSCE Nurse Training Cambridge. I'm an experienced NMC registered nurse and also an educator for undergraduate nurses and overseas nurses. So welcome back to my YouTube channel again. So if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe, and also share it with your other friends or colleagues who are preparing for NMC OSCE, so to help them for their revision. Okay, so today's video, really important one. Now you always say, oh, how I'm gonna do all these professional values. So we're going to talk about professional value stations today, and you always ask me, how can I cram in all this learning? It's so many points to learn for every topic, and then there is now 11 different topics. So how do I cram all that in? How can I make it easier? Can I make a simpler language? So I'm going to answer all those questions for you and give you a very good trick how to actually cut down on your work, okay, and still be able to pass this station easily. So that's the tips I'm going to give you today. So listen carefully, and it will really help you. Actually, it will really help you to cut down the amount of time you will spend on learning these topics. So let's have a look. So what we're going to do. So just as our professional value station, just a quick revision we got 11 topics now, as you can see on your screen. These are the latest ones. Okay, so this is the new revised ones. Okay, they have taken few topics out. So these are the 11 which are up-to-date topics in your syllabus now. It's a written 10-minute station. You will be given a written scenario, and then after reading the scenario, you will have to write your answers, that what would you do in that situation in a professional capacity as a registered nurse. Okay, so that's it, because this station actually to check your knowledge of the professional code of NMC and what your professional responsibilities are working in nursing culture in UK. Okay, so that's what the actual station is, and there are different topics, 11 different topics. Okay, so you have to write your answers in the bullet points. So if I quickly show you the template, what can it look like? So as you can see on your for example, I've just put a scenario up for falsifying observation scenario. So this is, you asked one of your colleagues to do patient vitals, but they didn't actually do the vitals, but they charted normal vitals in patient chart anyway, even though they haven't done the vitals in reality. So they falsified vitals. So what is your responsibility as a registered nurse in that case? So then you'll be given a blank page, and then again, next screen, as you can see, you will have to write your bullet points like I have written. So these are my answers which I have written on the blank page as bullet points. Okay, so that's how you complete this station. So now there are 11 topics. And there is a lot to learn, I do understand. So how we make it easier? So let's have a look. If there is anything which is very similar to all the topics, may not be every single topic, but most of the topic, these principles will apply, which I'm gonna tell you. So if you think about these points first and then learn any additional points extra for the particular topic, then actually it will make your life very easier. So let's have a look at the first point to consider. So when you are given a topic in this professional value station, first thing to always think is recognizing the problem and why. So why in this scenario, what is the problem and why is that the problem? It could be dishonest behavior, it could be that you witness racial abuse, it could be witness abuse, or it could be safeguarding, it could be like I said, falsifying observations, which is again a dishonest behavior. It could be your colleague eating hospital food, so that's counted as a theft. So what is the actual problem? And you always start with the sentence, I clearly recognize that that's the problem. Okay, so then go ahead and write that problem. That would be different for every topic, isn't it? So that's not going to be same, but the way to start the station is the same. First point can always be about identifying the problem, or recognizing the problem, and why is that the problem. So the problem is that you have witnessed your colleague eating hospital food meant for the patient. But why is a problem? Because it's count as a theft, it's a dishonest behavior. So always think about what and why. Okay, so that's the first sentence. Now there might be more than one sentence you have to write in the topic, so you have to look into different topics, but always start like that and consider that. Now moving on to the second thing, you should always consider your professional duty. So does your professional duty tells you to report this? Okay, and if you don't report it, what are the consequences? So it's always written in the similar way in most of your topics. So this point will keep repeating in, if not all, but at least most of those topics. Okay, so you can go and have a look which topics it repeats into, but it will repeat into lot of topics. Okay, so if you learn it, you can write this very easily for so many of your topics. So you will write it as, it is my professional duty to report my colleagues dishonest behavior, or it might be an event you need to report to your manager, which may result in notification to the NMC. Now, failure to report. Why is it important to report something? Why? Because we all have to abide by duty of candor. And what does that tell us? That tells us to be open and honest all the time, and that's the reason we need to report, is our professional duty. And if we don't report it, we will bring our own fitness to practice into question and place my own registration at risk, reflecting duty of candor. So you need to relate it to duty of candor, because that's the point is all about. Why is it important to report? Okay, so you need to write it as it is. Now next thing, so we know it's our professional duty to report, but how are we going to report it? So that's the next screen. So that is again written in similar way in most of the topics. How do you report something? You report it, you will say, I will report my concern to the manager as soon as possible, both verbally and writing. It's not just okay to do verbal reporting. You have to do both verbally and writing, and you have to be honest and objective and clear about your concerns. Okay, so you don't add anything more than what you have seen. So stay objective, stay honest, stay clear. So that's what that point means. Okay, and again it will apply to most of your topics. Next one is the witness statement point. So this one is all about, so if you have witnessed a behavior which is not a professional behavior from a registered nurse, whether they are putting racial comments, whether they're putting picture of the patient on social media, whether it is falsifying observation, falsifying timesheets, whatever it is. Okay, so if you witness wrong behavior, then your manager may ask you to write a witness statement. So you will have to say, I recognize that I may be asked to write by the manager to record a witness statement. So how do we record witness statements? So in practice, we write in the witness statement what we have seen, what actions we have taken about the event, and also who we reported the incident to. Okay, and also you will always sign and date the witness statement. So that's how that one is written. Okay, so that's easy. If you understand what it means, then it's easy to remember. Okay, so you will be writing this witness statement point in most of the topic where you have witnessed something wrong. Okay, moving on to the next one is documenting the event. So if it is not that something you have witnessed wrong, it is about the patient's safety issue, like say falsifying observations. It is dishonest behavior, but it's also affecting patient safety. So if a topic is like that, then of course, like drug error. So if a drug error has happened, it has obviously the potential to cause serious harm to your patient. So it does need to be recorded in patient notes. So certain topics are very clear about patient safety. So if the topic is concerning patient safety, you will always write that I will document events, actions you have taken, any consequences in the patient notes. Okay, and again you will have to separately then complete an incident form as well. That's what we do in clinical practice. So if the incident happens, we actually write in patient notes our incident, our action, any consequences for the patient, and also we always separately complete an incident form as well. So now we're going to move on to the next point. So next point is very common one, which is written in every topic, which is upholding the NMC code. So as a registered nurse, you need to acknowledge it's your duty, okay, to keep and uphold the standards and values set in the code, which are prioritizing people, practicing effectively, preserving safety, and also promoting our professionalism and trust. Okay, so that's again a simple point to remember and then write. Okay, so that's it. So if I show you how does it work in reality when you do your revision for these topics, so let's apply these principles which we have learned of the journal points which we will be talking about to this, the scenario I shown you, the falsifying timesheets, sorry, no, falsifying patient vitals. So let's falsifying observations. So let's apply these principles and let's see if it makes our life easier now. So if I put the answers back on the screen for you now, which I have written for this topic. So as you can see, the first 2 points are about recognizing, because obviously it's about patient safety. So first one is that I clearly recognize that my colleague has deliberately misrepresented the care given to the patient by falsifying observation. So that's misrepresentation of the care, and that's the problem here. Okay, so you recognize that. Also, you recognize that you need to do your patient vital straight away. So I will check my patient vital signs without any delay to maintain patient safety. So those are the two recognizing problems and why, and one of your action to reduce the harm to the patient. So as you can see, so those are the points you very particular to this topic. Okay, but then if you look at the points 3, 4, 5, they are actually points if we have already learned, then they apply to lots of topics, like it is my professional duty one, as you can see, to report my colleague's dishonest behavior to my manager, which may get reported into NMC. Failure to do so will put my own practice into question and place my own registration at risk. Reflecting duty of candor. And next one is I will report my, so again next one is about reporting. How do you report? I report my concern to the manager as soon as possible, both written and verbally. I have to be open, honest and objective about my reason for concern. Last one, we know that I will document events, fifth one, I will document events, actions and consequences in the patient notes and complete incident form, because this topic is about patient safety. So that's why we're talking about documenting in patient notes and completing incident report. Last one is just a generic, again a point about the NMC code, so which is I recognize that the fundamental values of the nursing profession are such as honesty and integrity. So I need to uphold the value set in the code. Okay, so again is which comes in every topic. So as you can see, the only separate points in this topic was 1 and 2, because the problem is different, because our topic is different. But then you can see 3, 4, 5, 6 is already the points we have learned. So if you apply these principles to lots of different topics, you will see there's so much similarity in points, and then that makes it easier, isn't it? Because if you have learned how to write these points, then you can learn the different points in every topic, and then job is easier. Okay, so I hope you like the video. So if you do, please like and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want to know more about our OSCE training, email us on oscenurstraining@outlook.com, visit us on oscenurstraining.com, check our reviews on our Google page. We got all 5-star reviews. We are really proud of that, and I will soon be back with another video for you. So bye for now.